The impersonal si. What is the impersonal si? So the impersonal si is simply a way to express an action, a way of thinking or behaving that is generalized, recommended, or suggested. Okay, now you're probably wondering what that means. So I'm just going to explain it a little bit here. So how and when is it used? It is often used when giving directions or in a cooking recipe to mean one or oneself. It is used with the third person singular or plural conjugation of the verb in accordance with the direct object. Okay, so can it be used with reflexive verbs? Good question. Yes. However, in order to avoid a double CC, you need to change the first C to a chi. For example, if you want to say one gets up early when one has children, you would, rather than saying si sveglia, you would say ci si sveglia presto quando si hanno bambini. Okay, so we just don't want to have that double CC because it sounds kind of silly, but so we have to change the first one to a chi. Okay, now let's give you some examples here. So how does one say any word that you're wondering how to say in Italian? Okay, so how does one say ciao or hello in Italian? Come si dice hello in Italian, for example? Okay, so come si dice is how does one say? So this is one good example of how to use the impersonal si because we're saying how does one say? And then whatever word it is that you want to know how to say in Italian. How would one get to the train station from here? Come si va alla stazione di treno da qui? Okay, so again, we have the si, va. Okay, so this is the third person singular, va, and then we're just using the impersonal si, just placed directly before the conjugated verb. One can't enter the building without permission. Non si può entrare nell'edificio senza permesso. Okay, so in this case, we're saying one cannot enter, okay, in the building. So we're using, again, the third person singular, and we put it right before the conjugated verb. Okay, so in this case, we do have two verbs together. So if you recall, we don't conjugate the second verb because we're saying one can't enter the building. Okay, so non si può entrare. One eats lots of spaghetti when in Italy. Okay, so si mangiano tanti spaghetti quando si è in Italia. Okay, so this example, I have two different forms of the verb here. So in this first instance, okay, we're using si mangiano. And if you notice, this is the third person plural conjugation of mangiare. Okay, and you're wondering, why are you using the plural form? Well, it's because if you look back up here, it says in accordance with the direct object. So in this case, the direct object is spaghetti, okay, tanti spaghetti, which is plural. So you have to use a plural verb here, okay? So si mangiano tanti spaghetti. But then here we use the singular again, okay? Just like all these other examples. We're using the third person singular, okay? So si è when one is in Italia, okay? Because it's singular here. Okay, I know it's probably a little bit confusing, but you know, once again, it just takes some practice and some getting used to. And again, if you have any questions, just post them in the community chat. Okay, and we have one more example. So where can one find the bathroom? Dove si trova il bagno? A very important question when traveling. Okay, so Again, we have singular. It's a singular verb here. Dove si trova il bagno? Okay, because il bagno is the direct object and it is singular. Okay, so dove si trova il bagno? Okay, there you have it. Hopefully it's a little bit clearer than before. But again, if it's not super clear, don't worry about it, okay?